Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. Off we go from Vegas. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Open man. That's Trey Tucker. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive. But now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 33 yards. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big...
He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season. Carlson able to knock through the extra point. And the Raiders will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Georgia Bulldogs. Here's Nick Chubb. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this very close to a first down. A nice run there. Just end up a little bit short.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down. But that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Denver 1st down.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
He gets it to Samuel, left side. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down. Back to throw is Nix. He connects with Mims. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Got it into the hands of Mims. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
He pulls it in around the 5.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. And he'll get about halfway there. It's a gain of 2, down to the 2. They'll run with Chubb.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now? Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now this time they'll look to throw. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Back to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
He'll throw. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Samuel has it working the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll go play action with Nix. No one open. He'll 10. 1st down, Broncos. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. A first down throw for Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Throwing. Nix to the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. He's going to keep it, and he will score. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Denver.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it. Broncos are back within 4. It is 14-10. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Now, faking the give. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. One play, 80 yards. Touchdown, Denver. And they get the great bonus of scoring on special teams. This time, the punt return unit able to put 6 up on the board.
And what we see here, Mike, is just a breakdown in the coverage. They talk all week about fanning the field, controlling the returner, keeping them on your inside arm. In this case, 2 guys get stacked behind each other. They leave just enough space for this returner to operate in, and the next thing you know, they're looking at him in the end zone.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Nick snap on 1st and 10. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he will score. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown Broncos. This great season throwing the ball continues. That last TD pass, number 40 on the year. Lutz for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Broncos go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Broncos 24, Raiders 14.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On the handoff, this is Chubb. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down. They'll motion over Samuel. Nix from the gun on third down. Has his man. It's Samuel. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Throwing is Nix. Now sets up a screen for Chubb. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open.
That is hot. What a throw. Samuel. Touchdown, Denver. That his second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
First and 10. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He finds the rookie from Georgia, Brock Bowers. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry. Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They'll try to run. And he's going to have the Raiders 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
I'll give on the ground. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. But sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down. Protect yourself. Live to play another snap.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Pass brought in by Samuel. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. And you allow...
A marker comes in as he goes down. It is a sack, and that flag definitely in the area of holding. And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
Their own 33-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Second and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he'll run.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 3rd and 2. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Try to pick this one up on the ground. A gain there of 11. First down, Vegas.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. They get the big tackle out of UCLA, Colton Miller there. Back to throw. He gets this one to Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. He'll look to throw. This is caught at the 2. And he's in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are able to cut the deficit to 10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll return this from the 10. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
They're on the 32-yard line.
They send Sutton in motion. And a nice defensive play there coming through to make the play in the backfield.
A loss of the yard. Brings up 7th and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Second down. Nix. That's caught. It's the tight end Ingram. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it. Running is Chubb. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Samuel has it working the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Second and 7. They'll throw. It's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He connects with Mims. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, you might be running out of time.
And he will get into the end zone. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The kick by Lutz is good. Broncos will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. He'll drop to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Now he's loose at the 40. Yeah. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. On the move at the 14-yard line. It's first and 10. Now faking the give. And he cannot get away. Brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is caught at the 3. To the goal line and in. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Carlson now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Raiders are able to cut the deficit to 10. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
They'll drop to throw. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Here's Chubb. And this one blown up. Good surge. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
One more time, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Broncos 45, Raiders 28. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He's got the Golden Domer. That's Michael Mayer. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout. Stopping here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Going to leave the offense out there for fourth and long.
It's fourth down.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.